Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So, if you watched the last very short video I did a video from Assassin's Creed Origin, and I said that I wasn't going to do any more, but then I was continuing to play and I just thought, well actually, I will do another video because what I can do in this, which is something that's more difficult to do in turn-based games, is I can do a mission that I've never done before. I mean, I've done similar missions than this, but I've never actually done this one. Just to see how a fresh mission goes while you're doing one that you haven't experienced before. There'll be mistakes, I might fail. The only other game I've played on this channel like that is Watch Dogs Legion, and I've done the whole game, so there's no new missions for me there. There's different ones that are slightly different when you recruit people, but this is a whole new mission I've not got anywhere near through half this game. I'll show you on the big map. So there's my kind of progress, so you can see these areas. I could go to some of these areas. I've become level 20, so I could go to these areas, but I haven't yet. And these, obviously, you can see these areas. The thing with the little shield tells you the level you're suggested to be to go there. And so these areas I'm nowhere close to going. I am very near the pyramids, which is exciting for me because I love ancient Egypt. And so that's exciting, and that's that level there where I'm still doing a few missions. I could go there as well, but there's no pyramids there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Giza to see the pyramids, but I'm not going yet. So here's a kind of normal mission you get in this game, which I'll just do. I've not done it before, like I said. I've done similar, and these forts, and you have to kill. Sometimes it's just the captain. The little spears on the fort indicate how strong the fort is. It can be one, where they'll just have a captain. It can be two, and it have a captain and a commander. And there's three, and it has, I think it's two captains and a commander. And there's treasure, depending on how big the fort is. So that's what it is. I would say some of this game, some parts of it are a little bit like Far Cry, where you have to go and liberate outposts, liberate the base and that kind of thing. You don't gain control of areas by doing it, but it's got some similarities between that, where there's lots of these outposts and bases and you have to go and liberate them, and once you've done it, then they get a little tick. I'll show you, here's one I made earlier. There's one there, for example, with a little tick that I already did. So you don't actually control an area in this game. It's not that kind of game. You're not taking over territory. You're not that kind of person in this game at all. But you do get little ticks, and so it's a little bit like Far Cry in that sense. But that's not good or bad. It just is. All games are different, like I said, and there's room for every different type of game. So the first thing you do, like I said, I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to play a mission really. So you can get a falcon or an eagle, I'm not sure which it is, I can't remember, and it will fly over. You have this all the time, and you can fly over an area and it will tag any enemies that you see. Also someone in captivity, or it might be an animal there. I think if it's got a little picture of a pelt, it means it's an animal, and it will tag all the people it finds. Sometimes you might want to fly over somewhere more than once because you can miss somebody. It's not essential. There's usually a thing called a brazier, which is a little fire they light, and if they light the fire, that means they'll bring reinforcements. It's not terrible usually, and I've not gone through this whole game, so I can't speak for later game, but it's usually only about 4, and if you're capable of attacking the base and taking the base, usually you can handle it. But what you probably wouldn't want is for those 4 reinforcements to come before you've even started. So anyway, you can fly over the base, hopefully you'll get all the people. The captain or the commanders, they come up with a yellow little shield above them. The 20 is the strength of the person, so they're all the same strength as me. That doesn't pan out to be what I mean by that is I've killed people on my own level quite easily, The commanders are more difficult, it depends how armed they are. You can usually headshot people with stealth and arrows. I like the arrows and stealth in this a lot. I'm always better at stealthing than I am at there. Is a commander or a captain, he's 22 level, so you have to be a bit more wary of them. You won't always find everyone. Sometimes there might be someone you miss. It's very easy. There's someone. Sometimes they're sleeping, and another thing you can do if they're sleeping, it actually is kind of horrible and cruel, but sometimes you get a little barracks, especially if it's at night where there's quite a lot of them sleeping, and you can just go in there and assassinate them all, which is actually kind of evil, but I guess they deserve it. So I think we'll take that as that's what it is. So then we've seen like how the base looks, and then you kind of have to decide how you're gonna do it. I would say generally it's one, there's not much point if you know in any game if you have a stealth option, there's not much point in just running in gun ho and trying to kill everybody, but also in this game it's a lot more fun to do stealth things as well as doing the rest. You'll have to at some point, probably you won't be able to kill everybody with a stealth. You have to kill somebody like that. So this is, we just saw this guy waiting around, so we'll kill him. One of the good things about this is that they don't alert all the enemies when you kill somebody. So we've killed him. Like I said, that guy's gone to like the thing. You can see the little icon, but we're sort of stuck with killing him. Okay, so that didn't go well, but it kind of made the point that it was a mission I'd never done. So yeah, like I said, and I made the point, as I always do in these videos, by making mistakes on purpose of course, that stealth can be good. So what happened there is I got a bit ahead of myself. There was a soldier, I thought I'll just kill him while he's standing around, and because I did that and I did it in front of somebody else, then they all saw me and I got killed. And that's a good example of you can get ahead of yourself. I think every game the guards will have that element where you can get ahead of yourself. You think, oh, I can just do this, let's just do that now, let's get ahead of myself, let's run in and kill somebody, and you find that you can't. So we'll do this a bit more stealthily. As you saw from that, another thing about this game is you come back to where you were if you get killed during any mission at all, and a bit like all games I suppose where you're playing one character, because they don't have the option to let you die, so there's no permadeath, so you can just be careful. You can want to shoot somebody, but there's two of them there, so yeah, you come back to where you were and start again, and that's what it is. I mean, but actually, I mean, I think I prefer, so we're going to kill this guy hopefully quickly, so that you can assassinate him, and that's going to go better because there's nobody around. If you want, there's an option to carry the body, and that thing above it that said poison, you can poison somebody, and that means anyone comes across the body, they'll get poisoned. But we don't need to do either of those because the body's kind of concealed on a tower, and we don't need to poison it because, yeah, there's arrows there if you need more arrows, but I don't need them, so I won't be able to upgrade. I really want to shoot somebody with an arrow just to show you, but shoot really, so maybe that guy's gonna come round. So when you get somebody like that, if you get that kind of white-red line, it means that you can't kill them with a normal body shot, but you can headshot them. So that's how that works, and that can be quite fun. Sometimes I've been around the missions and I've literally just gone around headshotting everybody until there's like one left. So that can be good. Yeah, so you come back if you, like I was saying, you come back if you get killed, you come back the same, and that's okay. But I mean, I think if you go and get to the body, you can retrieve your arrow, but sometimes it's not worth the risk. So yeah, I know it's difficult in all these games because obviously you're a main character and you can't. So we assassinated that captain, which was very good because, as you saw from the previous little fail, killing those can be quite hard for me. I'm much better at stealth and gun arrow combat than fighting people with melee generally, so but yeah, I mean, you know, one of the things about Watch Dogs Legion which I find good is I know that, you know, one of the criticisms is that people don't like the fact there's no main character, but one of the things is you do get attached to your characters, like you would in XCOM if you have a squad and you get used to different sharp shooters or rangers or whatever, and because there's permadeath, people can die and they're dead, and so there is consequences for making mistakes in missions and people die and you've lost that person and there's no possible way of getting them back because they're gone. And unlike a character in this or Witcher or V in Cyberpunk, you're not the main character, so that character is literally gone forever. You can never go back even if you start a new game and have that character again. Whereas in these games, and I get the difference, and I'm not criticising either or, you don't have consequences for failing really. You can fail and it doesn't make a lot of difference, which is it's fine, but it takes some of the stress away. So that guy found the body. I knew he was going to find the body, so we went and killed him before he did much about it. Yeah, it takes some of the stress away when you know that, I know in this, whatever happens, I'm going to come back at the same point and be able to do it all over again, and there's literally no consequence. So, like I said, there's good and bad in all games. And sometimes having a consequence can be very good, and sometimes it's less than good. Okay, so that's not good. So the fighting in this is quite fun as well. And as you saw, I broke stealth, but I'd already kind of killed quite a few of them, so I kind of decided that, you know, it wasn't the most important thing. And as you see, these guys are 20 and I'm level 20, and as I said at the run-in before I entered the outpost, that doesn't actually equate to how hard they are to kill, because as you just saw, I've been killing them relatively simply. And it's really the commanders that are hardest to kill, especially ones with big shields and very big weapons. So we wait for that guy and we'll... If you take people by surprise, you get that option to assassinate, but especially if they're walking in on you and you're not creeping up behind them, you have a limited kind of window to do it.
Hey, don't be playing with me. Hey, what?
If you're fast enough on your bow, which luckily I was there, you can kind of kill one of my forte really, but... And like I said before, if you go to a person you've killed, it will show you on the right there, you get +1 arrow. You can pick up your arrow again. You don't need to, because there's always places to get new arrows. You can buy them or you can pick them up in those things in bases, but you can. So that guy's going to see us. No, he moved before we could shoot him. Before I could shoot him. Archers are, it is what it is, so I think you kind of hate to be an archer in any of these kind of ancient history medieval games, because it's fantastic while you're at a distance to somebody and you can kill them. But once you get, like this guy, so once you get near, all you can do is run away like that, which is fine until the person catches you and then you die. So I would imagine being an archer is a really horrible job, because you've only got the bow. I mean, I'm sure in medieval times and ancient history they probably had some daggers or something, but in these games they don't use them. And all you can really do is, if someone gets close to you, is run backwards trying to shoot your bow, and obviously you've got to be reloading your bow, and that can be difficult. And like you saw, as you know, if you've played any kind of game, you'll know that they're quite easy to kill when you get close. So the only thing left to do about now, because we've... I don't know what he was doing there. But yeah, sometimes you can stealth around too much, and once you've killed most of them, there's not much point in creeping about trying to kill whoever's left. You might as well just go all out and... okay, that's annoying. I'm not going to bother trying to shoot him. I think they've called for reinforcements, which is fine. It will show you. So again, as I said, all these guys are level 20, but it's not that hard to make pretty short work of them. That guy's got some special dust potion or something. He just threw it as I don't know what it was. I don't know what this guy is. He's got two swords, so he's not an archer. I don't know what he is. He's dead, that's what he is. So they had called reinforcements. You saw that guy run up to the brazier thing and do it. So now we'll just see where they are. If you ever run out of arrows, and there's lots of these things, they kind of glow, and you can, oh, we don't need any more, but you can pick up arrows there. And then see that little icon there with a burning flame? What that is, it indicates that person is a reinforcement. So you can see there's a few of them over there. There is one there. And he's a bit dead. We might as well just go and... no, okay. If there's patrols going past outside, which there was there, you don't necessarily want to be running out and attacking them. Sometimes they'll attack you, sometimes they don't. As I've said before, it's very hard to work out how they do the levelling, because some you've seen since I've been playing. I mean, a couple of the people were pretty hard to kill, and most of them that are the same level as me are very easy to kill. Like that guy's just literally a few swipes and he's dead. Oh, he's dead now. All these little glowing loot things, normally I'd be picking them up, but because I'm running around doing this, I'm not worrying. So, and once you do that, the thing you need to finish off, it will show you on the map. You want to loot the treasure, you won't be able to get the XP for doing the mission. So you'll want to be getting everything. So then you just have to run around a bit. find out where there's another guy out there possibly. And like I said, I've been doing this mission like I kind of often do when I'm playing for the channel, where I've not been playing in quite as a restrained way, let's say, as I would have done if I was doing it on my own time. So I've made a few mistakes. Normally I make mistakes anyway, of course, we all do. But yeah, I've made a few mistakes and been doing a few things I wouldn't necessarily normally do. You don't need to kill all the reinforcements, sometimes they're even hard to find. So if you can't find your extra loot, you can get your bird friend. And we all need a bird friend to fly around. Sometimes, well, you can spot the other soldier for a start. Okay, well, we've seen the bird thing at any point. Okay, there's one of the chests. They always look the same. There's lots of things to loot, but those things always, there's lots of little things you pick up. Resources, crafting things, gold, but you need to find the actual specific main loot. And it'll tell you how many. There's 2, I've got 1. Somewhere there's another. There's loads of it. If you can run around the whole base looting these extra little things, or you can not, depending on what you want to do. You can do lots of these climbing things. They're quite fun. And like I said, I'm not good at this, that kind of climbing thing, but this game makes it. Yeah, good headshot. It makes it easy, and that's good. I think that it's good in a game where something that is generally not something you're good at, and it's quite doable. Because what you don't want is games where there's something that is just too hard. If you can't do parkour, or you can't do climbing, or you can't do something, there's the other loot. It always looks like that. It's got that kind of, not that one, that one. It's always good if the game makes it doable for people that are fantastic at it. So there you go. Outpost, I've cleared the outpost by getting the loot and killing the captain and the commander. Then I'll get the XP, that's done. If I wanted to now, especially because I wasn't doing it really in play, I could run around checking all the dead guards to see if they've dropped loot. Or I could, there's another guard over there I think, or I could run around to see if there's any extra supplies to pick up. There's usually things all over the place, but whether you'll want to do that, I'll kill him because
Time is up.
I'll have to kill him a bit with a. We'll kill him as that's extra XP and he dropped loot. And there you can decide, I mean, whether you want to go around running around looking for every single piece of loot and every single thing. It's like every game, in whether it's turn-based or not. Sometimes you'll desperately need things, sometimes you won't. I would say the things you pick up that aren't the main loot chests in these games, in this game, are not worth running around like a crazy person to get. The soldiers, pick up their dropped loot, sometimes your weapons, and usually try and do that at the time to save you having to waste time running around all over the place at the end. But all these little sacks of things and boxes of things where you'll get 5 bits of gold and maybe a bit of iron and whatever it might be, I wouldn't bother unless they're right in front of you, because it can just be a lot of time to run around. So there you go, that's that mission done. As you could see, it was not shockingly difficult, although I got killed early on, which is, like I said, in all games, if you don't pay proper attention, you can always die. But this was a base that was similar to the level I am and fighting the soldiers, and it's a good balance. I think that's one of the things I like about this game. It's a good balance. So there were some of those captains that were hard to kill. One killed me in the first try. There's some guards that are kind of hard to kill. That one with the double sword, so I took a bit of time to kill. That was, and I think he threw some powder over me. That was difficult. Others are pretty easy to kill if you're in the right place. Assassinating people is good and it's fun. Shooting people from stealth with a bow is fun. I'll just show you though. I'm not going to go through all the different things. You get a whole range of, and they're all quite good. You get a whole range of bows. These ones are useful to kind of quick fire at people, not from stealth necessarily, just when they're running at you. You've got these ones that you can fire at multiple people. They fire multiple arrows, and the one I was using there is this one, which is a distance kind of shooting stealth bow, which has less arrows. But yeah, they're all kind of fun. So it's good. It's a good balance. Good things you can do, stealth things. There's good things they do. Sometimes they can be easy to kill. Sometimes they're hard, and it's a nice balance because it's a challenge without being difficult or ridiculously hard. And the traversing, the parkour, that's all quite fun and that's quite doable. So every part of it is fun. I can't speak for everybody, but I think for me, and I would assume for general, people want a game that's challenging without being ridiculously impossible or without being ridiculously easy. And I think in this game, if you stick to, if you try and clear out the levels, if I went back to an earlier level, for example, when I go back to Alexandria now, and the level there is much lower, you can see there it's 9-12, I'll be able to kill almost anybody there pretty quickly. So if you try and clear out the levels you go to, you do get missions there where the levels go up if you keep doing different missions there, but the actual bases there, they stay at the same level, so they're easy. So I suggest you do the things in each level that you can while you're there, because going back to do those things later, they'll be kind of easy. But if you stick to levels that you're at and go through them, methodically, as much as you can, you'll get a good challenge. It'll be fun, and it won't be easy, but it won't be ridiculously difficult. And I think that's what makes a good game. So anyway, thanks for watching this playthrough of Assassin's Creed Origin. Like I said, I just did this to show you a mission straight out of the blue that I hadn't done before. I may come back to playing this again another time, or I may not. We'll see. But I haven't got an intention to do it next time anyway. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.